South Carolina has set the execution date for Stephen Stanko. Stephen Stanko is on death row with two different death sentences, one out of Horry County and one out of Georgetown County, but the crimes happened on the same day. In 2005, Stephen Stanko unalived his girlfriend, Laura Ling. He then assaulted Ms. Ling's teenage daughter and attempted to unalive her as well. He actually thought that he had done that successfully, but he had not. She was a star witness at his trial. He then stole Ms. Ling's car, emptied out her bank account, and went to Horry County. In Horry County, he went to a friend of his, lied and said that his father had just died. His friend was 74-year-old Henry Turner. He then unalived Mr. Turner, stole his car, emptied his bank account. After unaliving two people in two different counties, attempting to unalive a third, stealing two cars, and emptying two bank accounts, Stephen Stanko drove west. He hung out in Columbia in the bars and restaurants for a little while. Then he went over to the Masters golf tournament in Augusta, where he mingled with the crowds and actually met another woman. He convinced that woman to let him move in with him in the very short time, the 5 days that he was on the run from his crimes. Ultimately, she figured out who he was, that he was wanted, and she's the one who turned him in. Stephen Stanko had two different trials because the crimes happened in two different counties. The first trial was in Georgetown County in 2006, where he received a death sentence, and the second trial was in 2009 in Horry County, where he received another death sentence. Due to some procedural issues and some pending appeals, the Georgetown County sentence is actually not what he's scheduled to be executed on. It's the Horry County sentence. Stephen Stanko never denied that he committed these crimes. His defense during these trials was that he had a structural brain issue that left him with no impulse control or empathy. That structural brain defect was the equivalent of a mental illness, so therefore he should not be executed. At the time that Laura Ling met Stephen Stanko, he was only 2 months out of prison. He had done time in Tennessee. In Tennessee, he had another woman that he was living with. He had stolen checks and paintings and jewelry from her. She realized that he was a con man. She confronted him. And when she confronted him, he bound, gagged, and assaulted her. He did 8.5 years on that sentence. 2 months after he was released from that sentence, he met and moved in with Laura Ling. The time that he was with Laura Ling, he was continuing to run cons. Apparently, he was very charming and convincing. He claimed to be an engineer, a paralegal, a restaurant owner, and he even admitted that he was practicing law without a license. As a reminder, in South Carolina, inmates get to choose their method of execution. They can choose between a firing squad, the electric chair, or lethal injection. The last inmate executed in South Carolina chose a firing squad. However, that's been controversial because an autopsy showed that the firing squad did not work as intended. Despite the fact that there were 3 shots taken at that inmate, all were supposed to be for the same target, it appears that some of those shots missed, and the ones that did not miss their target just nicked it. He was actually alive for much longer than intended. Attorneys are saying that it caused a lot of unnecessary suffering because the method of execution didn't work very well. Stephen Stanko has not chosen his method of execution yet. His attorneys have filed a motion asking for more information on how the firing squad works and more information on the last execution before he makes that decision.